Hey everyone, if you're a parent or maybe an educator, you know that AI isn't just some tech buzzword anymore. It's pretty much everywhere in our kids' lives. But trying to navigate this new world, it can feel a little overwhelming. So today, we're going to break it all down. This is your guide to helping your children and you thrive in the age of AI. Okay, let's jump right in. So let's kick things off with a number that is a real wake-up call. According to the World Economic Forum, 44%, that's nearly half, of all core job skills are expected to change in just the next 5 years. And the main reason for that massive shift? You got it, artificial intelligence. This isn't some science fiction future we're talking about. This is the world our kids are getting ready for right now. And here's the thing. Your kids are already using AI, probably every single day, whether they know it or not. I mean, think about it. When Netflix suggests a show, that's AI. When Alexa tells a joke, when YouTube lines up the next video, or when Duolingo personalizes a language lesson, that is all AI, working behind the scenes, shaping their digital world. So it's easy to look at all this and maybe feel a little intimidated. But what if we flipped that? Instead of seeing AI as something to be scared of, let's think of it as an amazing new toolkit for innovators. It's a seriously powerful set of tools that, when we use them the right way, can unlock incredible new ways for our kids to learn, to create, and to solve problems. A huge part of this new toolkit is something you've probably heard of called generative AI, or Gen AI for short. This is the tech that powers those big names like ChatGPT and DALL-E. Now, unlike older AI that just analyzes stuff, Gen AI can actually create brand new things. You just give it a simple instruction, a little text prompt, and boom, it can write a story, compose music, create art, or even spit out lines of computer code. And this is where it gets really, really cool. I mean, a kid can type a single sentence and get a whole illustrated story back. They can dream up a sci-fi adventure on Mars or, create a totally ridiculous image of a unicorn playing a guitar. They can even learn to build the code for a basic game or get a chatbot to help them out with their math homework. It's like turning their imagination into reality in seconds. And listen, this goes way beyond just fun and games. This is about real-world impact. Take Emma Yang, for example. At only 14 years old, she used AI to build an app called Timeless. It uses facial recognition to help people with Alzheimer's recognize their own family and friends. This is the real promise of AI when you put it in the hands of the next generation. It's the power to build tools that create real, positive change in the world. Okay, but with all of this incredible potential, we also have to be realistic. There's a serious responsibility that comes with it. We have to talk about the other side of the coin, the digital risks, and the totally valid concerns that pretty much every parent has when their kid starts using this powerful tech. So let's be really clear about these risks. Sometimes AI can be confidently wrong. It'll just make stuff up but present it like a fact. There's also the danger that kids might start relying on it too much, which could get in the way of developing their own critical thinking skills. And then you've got the big ones, data privacy, being exposed to biased or just plain inappropriate content, and even the possibility of kids forming an emotional dependency on AI chatbots. And to make this super practical, let's look at a few popular apps that really do require some cautious supervision. Apps like Replica and Character.ai have raised flags for how they can foster emotional attachment. We know TikTok's algorithm can sometimes push harmful content. Even Snapchat's My AI has gotten into trouble for giving inappropriate responses to kids. So this isn't a never-used list, but it's definitely a be-aware list. And if you're feeling a little in the dark about all this, you are not alone. Check this out. A 2024 report found that over 60% of parents admit they don't know how AI is affecting their kids online. That knowledge gap, that's exactly what we need to close to keep our kids safe. Okay, so we've looked at the amazing promise and the serious risks. Now for the most important part. What do we actually do about it? It's time to move from the problems to the solutions. Let's build a clear, actionable plan that you can use to guide your family. And you know what's really fascinating? It's what young people themselves think is most important for the future. In a recent survey, they actually ranked communication and interpersonal skills as the #1 most important skill for the age of AI. Right behind that came technical AI skills and critical thinking. It shows that even they get it. The future isn't just about coding. It's about balancing tech with our human strengths. So how do you put this into practice? It doesn't have to be complicated. Here's a super simple 3-step plan. First, just assess their exposure. Make a quick list of all the AI-powered apps your family is using. Second, make some rules. Set clear boundaries, like timers, or maybe AI is just for homework help. And third, and this one is absolutely crucial, have regular trust-based check-ins. A simple weekly chat about what they're seeing online can make a world of difference. And the great news is, you don't have to figure all this out by yourself. There are some fantastic tools out there designed to be safe and educational. Khanmigo, which is Khan Academy's AI tutor, is a great one. Google Read Along is amazing for literacy. And for kids in that middle grade range who are curious about how this stuff works, tools like Scratch, which so many schools already use, and Google's Teachable Machine are super fun ways to learn the basics without needing to write any code. But look, the tools are just one piece of the puzzle. The conversations you have around them are maybe even more important. And you can start with really simple prompts. For privacy, it's just, hey, don't give AI your real name or where you go to school. On plagiarism, AI is great for ideas, but the final work has to be yours. You can even get them thinking critically by asking things like, do you think this answer would be the same for everyone? Or how can we double check if what the AI told us is actually true? It's also really helpful to have a kind of roadmap, right? Because what's right for a 7-year-old is totally different from what a teenager is ready for. For the little ones, it's all about playful exploration with drag and drop tools. As they get into those middle school years, they can start building things with robotics or designing games. By high school, they can dive into real-world stuff with coding languages like Python, and eventually start innovating and leading on their own. So as we start to wrap this up, I want to leave you with a really powerful idea. With all this talk about machines and algorithms, the real key to thriving in an AI world is actually to double down on what makes us human.
I just love this quote because it really nails it, doesn't it? AI is incredible at recognizing and following patterns it's learned from massive amounts of data. But it doesn't have imagination. It doesn't have real curiosity or that spark of innovation. That's our territory. That's the human advantage.
So at the end of the day, this means the most important skills we can foster in our children are the ones a machine just can't replicate. Things like critical thinking, so they can question an AI's answer, creativity, to dream up something new, collaboration and empathy, to work well with other people, and adaptability, to just keep on learning in a world that never stops changing. These are the skills that will make sure they aren't just ready for the future, they're ready to build it. And that really brings us to the final question. The technology is here, it's powerful, and it's not going anywhere. So the real question is, for all of us, for parents, for teachers, for mentors, what kind of future are we going to empower our children to build with this incredible tool? How will we guide them to use it not just for convenience, but for creativity, for connection, and for good? Thanks so much for joining me.